The CIA's secret to embracing chaos, why calm, will kill your spiritual awakening. You've been chasing calm like it's enlightenment, but that love and light, routine, might be the very thing keeping you stuck. If your growth feels flat, it's not because you need more serenity, it's because you're avoiding the fuel. Here's the twist: chaos, in small controlled doses, is the catalyst. I'm grounding this in Jung's shadow, exposure principles, and nervous system science. In minutes, you'll see why calm becomes a trap, how controlled chaos rewires you, and a safe way to start. We'll run a metaphorical CIA playbook. The trap, the map, 5 practices, safety protocols, and the hidden step that makes chaos transformative, not destructive. Why calm becomes a trap. Let's name the pattern. You meditate more when life gets messy. You avoid the conversation, play the good vibes only playlist, and call the numbness peace. It feels spiritual. It's actually avoidance. The thing most people miss is that your nervous system has a safe mode. It's cozy, but it stalls adaptation. If you never leave that mode, your brain has no reason to change. Here's why that matters. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire, responds to novelty and manageable stress. Translation: brains learn at the edge, not in the hammock. When everything is predictable, your perception and behavior ossify. Calm becomes a rut. Now here's where most people mess up. They confuse calm with health. True calm is flexible. It can hold grief, agitation, and uncertainty without collapsing. Calm chasing is brittle. It breaks the moment life isn't aligned. If you've ever felt so zen, until a text from your boss detonated your mood, you met brittle calm. Let me back up and make this practical. A client of mine spent years mastering routines. Yoga at 6, affirmations at 7, silence till 8. Impeccable schedule. But their relationships were a minefield. They'd freeze when a partner brought up tension. We added tiny doses of unpredictability. 1 unplanned hour a day, a weekly honest check-in, and a mild physical challenge. Within weeks, agitation spiked, then something clicked. Because they stayed present with that agitation, their window of tolerance widened. Conversations got easier. Creativity picked up. The routines didn't disappear. They stopped being shields. Why does calm chasing fail? Because it numbs conflict, suppresses the shadow, and blocks the conditions for neuroplastic change. Jung's language helps here. The shadow holds the traits we disown: envy, anger, neediness, superiority. Spiritual positivity can paper over those forces, but it doesn't integrate them. Without friction, there's nothing to metabolize. No raw material, no transformation. Okay, so the tricky part is that safe mode feels good. Your breath is even, your thoughts are tidy, your feed is curated. But you're not training for life's complexity. You're rehearsing control. When approval or control gets threatened, your calm spikes. Notice that. That's the tell. Calm as identity is spiritual perfectionism. You're attached to being the serene one. It's social approval in disguise. The consequence is predictable. You build a temple on stilts. It looks peaceful until a storm hits. Then the whole thing collapses. You relapse into old patterns, overthinking, ghosting, doom scrolling. I'll just meditate it away. And because you've labeled discomfort as failure, every surge becomes proof you're not there yet. That belief locks the cage. Before we continue, you need to understand how the nervous system actually upgrades. Think dose, not dump. Too little challenge and you stagnate. Too much and you shut down. The sweet spot is precise edges. Enough unpredictability to wake the system, not enough to fry it. That's where learning consolidates. Exposure science has shown this for decades. Graded contact reconditions threat into tolerable challenge. The same principle applies spiritually and psychologically. The game changer nobody talks about is timing. When a surge hits, you have a tiny window to either meet it or reroute it. If you reflexively self-soothe before you sense and name the surge, you train escape. If you pendulate, touch the discomfort, then return, you train capacity. This clicked for me when I noticed my own habit of over-breathing the moment anxiety rose. Once I felt first, labeled second, then exhaled longer, my system started reframing the signal. Not danger, just data. Now here's where most people mess up again. They equate chaos with drama. Drama is uncontained overwhelm and self-sabotage. Chaos, as we'll use it, is controlled unpredictability. Complexity without the cliff. You're not seeking pain for pain's sake. You're seeking novelty in manageable doses to reteach your body-mind how to be present when it can't control the script. If you remember nothing else from this section, remember this. Calm is not the destination. It's a skill you earn by moving through discomfort in smart increments. Chasing it directly is like chasing sleep. You lose it. Create the conditions, and it arrives. Common signs you're stuck in the calm trap. You avoid hard conversations, but feel spiritually centered. You add more rituals when uncertainty rises, instead of adding capacity. You feel superior to dramatic people while suppressing your own anger. Your peace evaporates fast when plans change. The reason this matters for awakening is simple. Awakening isn't an escape from human messiness. It's deeper contact with reality, shadow and all. Light without dark is denial. Without meeting your own volatility, you outsource it, project it onto partners, politics, low-vibe others. That's not transcendence, that's fragmentation. So what accelerates awakening? Precisely dosed chaos. We'll use a metaphorical CIA playbook to make it trainable. Gather recon on your calm addiction, run controlled exposures, debrief to extract signals, and build redundancy so a single tactic failure doesn't derail you. We'll inoculate against the biggest risk, overwhelm, by baking in safety protocols. And there's a hidden step you'll learn later that turns stress into initiation, not exhaustion. Once you nail this reframing, everything else clicks. You stop fearing surges, your baseline calm gets deeper and more flexible, and your authenticity grows teeth. Now, let's map the better method. Why chaos fuels real awakening? If calm chasing stalls growth, what actually accelerates awakening? Controlled chaos. Not chaos as meltdown, chaos as deliberate, bounded unpredictability that forces your system to reorganize. Think of it like strength training for perception. You add just enough instability that your mind-body must build new stabilizers. The reason this works is simple biology. Novelty plus manageable stress signals your brain to rewire. When the environment changes in small, unexpected ways, and you remain engaged instead of escaping, neuroplasticity turns on, and meaning-making kicks in. The thing most people miss is how precise the dose needs to be. We want edges, not cliffs. Overwhelm fries learning. Boredom sedates it. The sweet spot is that, I can feel it, but I'm still here threshold. That's where new associations form. The sensation of a surge pairs with agency instead of disaster. Over time, your system updates its threat map. Uncertainty becomes a challenge to meet, not a signal to run. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches. Target complexity, not drama. Drama is messy, reactive, and usually repeats old patterns. Complexity is novel, bounded, and chosen. You're not creating problems. You're widening your range by introducing variables you don't fully control, then staying present. That friction is what Jung pointed to with the shadow. Integration requires contact with what you'd rather not feel. Light without dark is denial, and denial can't transform anything. Why is this so potent for awakening? Because presence gets forged at the edge. When you can hold contradictory signals, fear and curiosity, agitation and kindness, your awareness deepens. You stop needing the world to be tidy to feel grounded. That's real resilience. Flexible calm that adapts under load. And the payoff is tangible. People report more authentic self-expression, fewer avoidance spirals, quicker recovery after shocks, and a quieter fear of the unknown. Let me show you exactly how this plays out. Say you pick a relational edge, speaking one truth kindly that you usually swallow. Before doing it, you feel the telltale surge, tight chest, racing thoughts. Most folks either dump it out or shut it down. Controlled chaos is different. You notice the surge, name it, soften your exhale, and proceed with one sentence, not the whole manifesto. That one rep teaches your body that truth plus sensation equals survivable connection, not catastrophe. Repeat this across contexts, and your baseline recalibrates. Now here's where most people mess up. They confuse intensity with efficacy. More heat doesn't mean more growth. In fact, too much intensity collapses nuance. The nervous system goes binary: fight, flight, or freeze. We want nuance online because nuance is where learning lives. Change 1 or 2 variables at a time. Raise difficulty by 5 to 10%, not 50. Keep the stakes low-medium, so curiosity stays accessible. Another trap is mistaking external chaos for internal training. Quitting your job on impulse, blowing up your relationship, picking fights. That's not practice, that's avoidance in a costume. Controlled chaos uses micro-uncertainties that are reversible, measurable, and debriefable. You can run the rep, reflect, and iterate. That's how capacity compounds. This clicked for me when I noticed I only sought novelty in domains I could dominate. I'd challenge myself, with tasks I secretly knew I'd ace. The growth came when I chose edges I couldn't predict. Improvising a conversation, asking for help, leaving an afternoon unstructured. None of that looked impressive. All of it rewired my relationship to not knowing. The reason this works, beneath the psychology, is state-dependent plasticity. When you pair a slightly elevated state with maintained awareness, the brain tags the experience as important and updates models. You're teaching your system that arousal can coexist with choice. That's huge. Without that pairing, surges default to old scripts. With it, they become doorways. Common mistake number 2, skipping integration. Chaos without meaning becomes noise. You did the hard rep, but if you don't extract the signal, what surprised you, what you avoided, what shifted, you lose the gain. We'll build that in later with debrief loops, but flag it now. Exposure earns you the raw material. Integration turns it into skill. If you remember nothing else, remember this checkpoint. Choose the edge you can stay with, name the signal early, and keep the rep small enough that you want to try again tomorrow. That want to try again feeling is the marker you hit the sweet spot. If you dread the next rep, you overreached. If you forget it happened, you underdosed. Micro story. Last month, a student terrified of unplanned time tried a 2-hour, no itinerary block in a familiar neighborhood. First attempt, they doom-scrolled for 30 minutes. We tightened the frame. Airplane mode, one question to follow. What's interesting right now? They came back wired but proud. Third week, they reported a strange ease and a spontaneous chat with a stranger that led to a job lead. The difference wasn't luck, it was practice at the edge. Here's the payoff preview. When you train this way, 3 things shift fast. Your recovery time drops, your sense of agency rises, and your identity loosens. You stop being the calm one and start being the adaptive one. That shift frees you from spiritual perfectionism and opens the door to real shadow work, because now you can meet heat without collapsing. And that's the threshold to the playbook we're about to run. The metaphorical CIA playbook. Maps, not myths. Let's turn this into something you can actually run. We'll use a metaphorical CIA playbook. Not because we're doing secret ops, but because missions have stages, protocols, and feedback loops. You need a map you can repeat, not a mantra you forget. 4 principles anchor this map, and we'll revisit them in every stage, so the metaphor stays your guide, not just a clever label. Principle 1, Reconnaissance. In any operation, you don't rush in, you scout. Same here. Before you change anything, you observe patterns with ruthless curiosity. Where do you chase calm? What triggers the spike? Which rituals you call self-care are actually escape hatches. In stage 1, you'll run recon on your calm addiction, logging triggers, soothing routines, and the exact moments you manufacture fake peace. No judgment, just intel. If you skip this, you'll solve the wrong problem. Principle 2, Controlled Exposure. Once you know the terrain, you make small, deliberate contact with uncertainty to expand capacity. The mistake is blasting yourself with chaos, then calling it growth. Operators dosage test. They probe, adjust, and step again. In stage 2, you'll choose arenas, body, mind, relationships, environment, and introduce 1 or 2 novel variables. Not drama, complexity. Think device-free walks, 1 honest sentence, a slightly colder shower, an unplanned hour. The point isn't intensity, it's precision. Principle 3, Debrief and integrate. After every op, you sit down and extract signals. What surprised you? Where did you avoid? What shifted? Without this, stress is just noise. With it, stress becomes instruction. In stage 3, you'll install short debrief loops. 10 minutes of journaling, 2 minutes of downshifting breath. You're teaching your system to tag experiences as learnable, not threatening. That's how you lock in gains, so tomorrow's edge feels a hair more doable. Principle 4, Redundancy. Missions don't rely on a single route, they build alternates. Your psyche needs the same. If one tactic fails or life spikes, you pivot to a backup, not a spiral. We'll bake redundancy in by rotating arenas, keeping stakes low-medium, and having multiple regulation skills on deck. That way, a hard conversation that goes sideways doesn't cancel the week. It becomes data for the next rep. Quick safety clause so we're clear. This playbook is structured and testable. No esoteric leaps, no power through heroics. If a rep overwhelms you, you downshift, not quit. Sleep, nutrition, and social support are part of the protocol, not an afterthought. You're expanding capacity, not proving toughness. Here's how the principles string together in practice. Recon tells you, I over-meditate when I fear disapproval. Controlled exposure sets a micro-rep. Say one truth kindly in a low-stakes chat. Debrief catches the learning. My chest was tight, but I stayed. The world didn't end. Redundancy keeps momentum. If the chat is too spiky today, you move the rep to an email draft or a voice note to yourself to rehearse the sensation skill pairing. Different route, same objective. The game changer nobody talks about is that a map lowers fear. When you know what comes next, your system can risk novelty because there's a container. You're not entering chaos, you're entering a bounded experiment. That shift from this is danger to this is training is the hinge that unlocks neuroplasticity. Your brain updates when it trusts the frame. Now, you might be thinking, won't a map make this rigid? Actually, the opposite. The map holds the structure, so you can flex inside it. Think jazz, not marching band. The stages give you rhythm, your choices add improvisation. And because we'll keep calling back to these 4 principles in every stage, you'll never lose the thread. If a week gets messy, you ask, did I recon? Did I dose? Did I debrief? Do I have backups? Before we run stage 1, one more anchor. This playbook is a loop, not a line. You'll cycle through Recon Exposure Debrief Redundancy again and again, with meaning-making layered later to multiply gains. Each pass widens your window, deepens your presence, and loosens the identity grip. Once you feel that compounding, you'll stop chasing calm and start building it, under load. Stage 1. Recon on your calm addiction. Let's run the first principle, Reconnaissance. Your only job here is to gather intel. No fixing, no optimizing, no, I'll do better tomorrow. Recon is powerful because change without clarity just shifts the symptoms. You can't upgrade a pattern you can't see. And most calm chasing hides inside routines that look healthy. We're going to expose where peace is really protection. Why this matters? Your brain conserves energy by running habits. If your habit is to dose calm whenever social risk rises, your nervous system learns that authenticity equals danger. Recon shows you the exact moments you reach for control, approval, or numbing so we can target edges precisely. The win isn't perfection, it's visibility. Once mapped, these tells become training sites instead of invisible traps. Here's what you're actually mapping over 7 days. Triggers. Note any cue that spikes your urge to self-soothe. Tone of voice, calendar change, silence after you text, deadlines, ambiguity. Soothing rituals. The behaviors you label calm or self-care that might be escape, extra meditation rounds, endless journaling, scrolling spiritual quotes, overbreathing, cleaning, micromanaging your diet, staying productive. Avoidance tells. The micro moves that shrink contact, changing topics, smiling while saying nothing, vague language, over-explaining, humor deflection, postponing decisions until I feel centered. And then you'll tag fake peace moments. Fake peace feels flat, frozen, or superior. Real calm is alive and connected. Fake peace is quiet because you muted parts of yourself. A quick litmus test. If your calm collapses when approval, control, or certainty gets threatened, it wasn't calm, it was control. Write that down each time you notice it. How to do the 7-day log, step by step, morning checkpoint. Write one sentence answering. Where do I expect discomfort today? This primes reconnaissance. During the day, when you feel a surge or you reach for soothing, jot a 20-second note with 4 tags. Trigger, behavior, body, story. Example, trigger, boss email. Behavior, opened meditation app. Body, tight jaw, narrow vision. Story, don't mess up. Evening debrief. 3 lines max. 1. Where did I pursue calm instead of contact? 2. What did I avoid saying/doing? 3. Did my soothing reduce fear or reduce me? The thing most people miss is the context around approval and control. Watch when your calm spikes as soon as someone frowns, delays, or disagrees. That's your social approval alarm. Note it. Also track control alarms. When plans shift, when you don't know the right answer, when someone else leads. These are prime growth edges later. A couple of rules keep recon clean. Curiosity over purity. If you judge, you'll hide the very data we need. The log isn't a morality scorecard, it's a sensor readout. Specific over symbolic. I felt off tells us nothing. I swallowed a no at 3:20 p.m. when asked to stay late is actionable. Timebox entries. 20 seconds in the moment, 2 minutes at night. If logging becomes another perfection ritual, you'll avoid. Common mistakes I see. Turning the log into biography. Long stories, old memories, justifications. We're staying operational. What happened, what you did, what your body did, what meaning flashed. Another mistake is counting wins and ignoring tells. You don't need evidence that you're enlightened. You need a map of where you exit yourself. Quick win right now. Name your top 2 calm crutches. Pick from this list if it helps. Extra meditation, breath hacks at the first twinge, positive reframing, productivity sprints, scrolling, silence, spiritual. Quotes, fix-it advice, people-pleasing. Say them out loud. Write them at the top of your log. These are the behaviors we'll test against later. Let me give you a sample day so this clicks. Morning. Expect discomfort during 2 p.m. team meeting. 1:57 p.m. trigger. Calendar reminder. Behavior. Open Slack to prep. Body. Shallow breath, tight stomach. Story. Be impressive. 2:40 p.m. trigger. Teammate challenges idea. Behavior. Smile, say totally. Don't clarify. Body. Cold hands. Story. Don't be difficult. Evening. Pursued calm over contact in the challenge moment. Avoided clarifying my concern. Soothing reduced fear by shrinking me. See how that's useful? Tomorrow's edge is obvious. That moment when challenge lands. We're not changing it yet. We're marking the coordinates. One more aha to watch for. Peace spikes when approval or control is threatened. It sounds backward, but you'll notice the calm flood right when you most want to disappear. That's a red flag and a goldmine. Tag those spikes with an asterisk. They're high-yield training sites. If you're worried this will make you self-conscious, good. Brief self-consciousness is the price of self-awareness. It fades fast. What remains is precision. And with precision, we can dose chaos safely later. Final checkpoint for stage 1. By day 7, you should have a handful of repeating patterns. Same triggers, same crutches, same avoidance tells. Circle the top 2 patterns and the top 2 crutches. That's your starting kit for stage 2. Recon complete means I can point to where I leak presence, not I fixed it. When you can point with that level of honesty, controlled exposure becomes obvious and far less scary. Now we've got intel. Next, we use it. Stage 2. Controlled exposure to constructive chaos. CIA tie-in first. This is controlled exposure, small, deliberate contact with uncertainty that expands capacity. Why this matters? Your window of tolerance grows through graded challenges, not through perfect plans. If Recon showed where you leak presence, exposure is where you build it back, one precise edge at a time. The consequence of skipping this is familiar. You keep logging patterns while your life stays the same. The benefit of doing it right is immediate, faster recovery, richer perception, and the felt sense that I can stay with this even when the script tilts. What we're doing? Picking domains and dosing unpredictability. There are 4 arenas to choose from: body, mind, relationships, and environment. Start with 1 or 2. Body gives you clear feedback, cold, heat, tempo, balance. Mind gives you novelty, idea sprints, problem inversion, stochastic reading. Relationships give you truth reps, one kind reveal, one boundary, one repair attempt. Environment gives you context shifts, route randomness, device sabbaths, sensory variety. The point is not to suffer. It's to train presence when you can't control the variables. Now the dose-response ladder, micro to meso. Micro equals daily 1 to 5 minute reps that nudge your system. 20 seconds of colder water at the end of your shower. 1 honest sentence in a low-stakes chat. 3 minutes of free writing without backspace. 1 block walk with your phone on airplane mode. Meso equals 10 to 60 minute reps, 2 to 3 times per week. A device-free nature walk, a simple workout with slower eccentrics, an unplanned hour with only 1 guiding question, a structured repair conversation, using a single statement of impact and a single request. Let me show you exactly how to build a week. Pick 2 of your stage 1 calm crutches. Pair each with a counter-rep. If you over-meditate at the first twinge, your counter-rep might be a 90-second feel-label exhale, stay with it before any soothing. If you people-please in meetings, your counter-rep is 1 clarifying sentence per meeting. I see it differently. May I add 1 line? That's it. Small, consistent, and trackable. Rules that keep this safe and effective. Change 2 variables max per week. More than that, and you're measuring chaos, not capacity. Raise difficulty 5 to 10% after wins. If a cold finish at 20 seconds feels doable, go to 30 seconds, not 2 minutes. Keep stakes low-medium. Speak a truth about logistics, not values, until your system shows quicker recovery. Make reps reversible. You should be able to abort mid-rep without shame. That keeps curiosity online. Examples to steal: body, 3 rounds of 4-second down, 2-second pause, controlled up on a lightweight movement. 30 seconds single leg balance while turning your head left-right. 30-second cold finish. Mind, 5-minute idea sprint. Generate 15 bad solutions to one problem. Problem inversion. How could I guarantee this fails? Then reverse. Stochastic reading. Open a nonfiction book to a random page and apply one sentence. Relationships. One truth kindly rule. State the smallest actionable truth with warmth. Boundary rep. I can do A, not B. Repair start. When X happened, I felt Y. Next time, could we try Z? Environment. Pick a new route home. Eat without a screen. Rearrange your desk. Add one sensory variable. Music you'd never choose. A different light, a new scent. Now here's where most people mess up. They jump to max difficulty because they're impatient, then conclude chaos doesn't work. Or they pick drama, late-night arguments, quitting on impulse, then call the full out a lesson. That's not exposure. That's self-sabotage. We want complexity without the cliff. Another error is stacking reps without integration. You'll feel busy and brave, but the learning won't stick. We fix that in stage 3 with debrief loops. A simple daily structure. Morning prime. Pick one micro rep and one backup. Say them out loud. Midday tag. When the urge to soothe shows up, run the 90-second wave first. Feel label. Lengthen exhale. Widen visual field. Then do the rep. Evening check. One line. Edge found was X. I stayed Y seconds. Recovery felt Z. Quick win you can take today. Adopt the 10% unpredictability rule. Once per day, make one choice you didn't prescript. Sit in a different seat. Order the second option. Take stairs. Ask one sincere question you wouldn't usually ask. Tiny detours teach your system that novelty is survivable and sometimes better. Let me add a micro-story to anchor this. A designer I worked with could handle tight deadlines, but panicked at open briefs. We built a mind and environment stack, 5-minute ugly first draft sprints and a daily desk shuffle. Reposition one object, change one tab group. Week 1, agitation. Week 2, faster starts. Week 4, she initiated an ambiguous project without spiraling. Not because the work got easier, but because ambiguity plus action became familiar. Remember the growth. Markers you're looking for. Shorter time to start after a surge, quicker return to baseline, and a rising sense of, I can meet this. If those move, you're dosing right. If you dread tomorrow's rep, shrink it. If you forget to do it, it's too small, raise it slightly. Exposure earns raw material. Integration locks it in. That's next. Stage 3. Debrief and integration loops exposure without integration leaks gains. You can do 10 brave reps and still feel stuck if your system files them as random stress. Debrief is where stress turns into instruction. Why this matters? Reflection consolidates learning. In brain terms, you're tagging what to keep so your nervous system updates its models. Skip this and your progress stays fragile. One bad day and you'll conclude, it didn't work, even though you just didn't lock it in. Here's the thing most people miss. After a spike, you've got a brief window where your brain is hyperreceptive. If you use that window to ruminate, replay what went wrong, self-criticize, catastrophize, you're practicing avoidance by another name. If you use it to extract signals, capacity compounds. We're after operational clarity, not autobiography. Short, simple, same structure every time. What to do exactly? Run a 10-minute debrief right after any constructive chaos rep. Same day, ideally within an hour. 3 questions, always in this order. What surprised me? This pulls novelty to the surface, the exact moments that carry the most learning. What did I avoid? Name the micro-escape. Hedging a word, looking away, skipping the last 20 seconds. What changed? One observable shift. Started faster, recovered quicker, said one truth, stayed 5 seconds longer. Keep answers concrete. I realized I'm broken is not data. I waited only 30 seconds before speaking is data. We want behaviors, body cues, and specific phrases you used. Think of it like pulling black box data from a flight. Altitude, speed, course correction, no poetry. How to run the loop step by step. Step 1. Downshift the system so your cortex is online. 2 minutes. Feel your feet, name 5 objects in the room. Take 5 longer exhales than inhales. Widen your visual field by softening your gaze. This shifts you from threat to challenge, so the analysis doesn't turn into self-attack. Step 2. Write 3 short answers to the 3 questions, 1 to 3 lines each. If you drift into storytelling, stop and bullet the next line. Step 3. Extract a single keep doing behavior. Call it your pattern memo. Keep. 1 honest sentence before solution. That's your retention tag. A quick example so you can hear the tone. Surprise. I thought the silence would feel awkward. It actually made the other person open up. Avoid. I softened my boundary with maybe at the end. Change. I named the tight chest and still asked for clarity. Recovery in 3 minutes, not 10. Pattern memo. Keep. Speak the boundary without maybe. Now here's where most people mess up. They confuse reflection with rumination. Rumination asks, why am I like this? 100 ways and ends nowhere. Debrief asks, what happened and what will I try next? And ends with a single next action or a reinforcement. If you feel heavier after the debrief, you likely slipped into autobiography or judgment. Bring it back to signals. Another mistake, waiting until the weekend to process everything. Delay blurs the details your brain needs to wire accurately. Debriefing is like saving a file while the program is still open. You capture the live state, not a fuzzy screenshot later. 10 minutes today beats an hour on Sunday. Common question. What if the rep went terribly? Perfect, more data. Ask, what capacity broke? Not, what's wrong with me? Maybe pacing collapsed, maybe breath shortened, maybe you changed 2 variables. Your next rep becomes obvious. Shrink the dose, pick 1 variable, install the 90-second wave earlier. Failure, here is telemetry. Let me give you a micro-story to anchor it. A client tried a repair conversation and spiraled into defensiveness. In the debrief, they spotted 3 signals. Breath went high and fast, eye contact broke, they jumped to justifications. Pattern memo. Keep. Exhale weighted breathing before replying. Cue. Eyes on a fixed point near their face. Next conversation, they installed that. The content didn't magically improve, but their recovery did, from 20 minutes to 5. That's integration at work. Checkpoint you can use today. After your next edge rep, write 1 sentence for each question and 1 keep. If your keep shows up in tomorrow's behavior, you're locking in plasticity. If you forget it, make the memo shorter and post it where you'll see it before the next rep. Integration rewards repetition, not eloquence. Final note, keep the loop portable. Notebook, notes app, voice memo, whatever you'll use. Consistency beats aesthetics. Run this after micro and meso reps alike, and you'll feel gains stacking. Shorter avoidance latency, clearer. Signals, steadier presence. This loop turns chaos from noise into a syllabus. Lesson by lesson, day by day. Stage 4. Shadow encounters without bypass. We've run recon, exposure, and integration. Now we loop recon and debrief inside the arena where most growth gets blocked. The shadow. CIA tie-in. You'll use intel from exposure to spot shadow activations, then debrief to integrate so they don't run the show. Redundancy matters here. Have multiple ways to meet a trigger so you don't cling to one fix and call it enlightenment. Why this matters? Unowned traits drive compulsions. The parts you refuse to be, needy, angry, envious, superior, messy, leak through sideways as people-pleasing, contempt, vague boundaries, spiritual perfectionism. Chaos reveals them because unpredictability strips your control strategies. If you keep bypassing with love and light, you'll cement a persona and outsource your darkness onto others. Integration frees up energy, authenticity, and choice. Here's what we're actually doing. Shadow spotting and role work. We'll use a simple triad to decode triggers in real time. Trigger, role you play, inverted desire you won't admit. The trigger is the cue that spikes you. Someone bragging, a friend cancelling, a partner's silence. The role is the costume you put on. Martyr, judge, saint, genius, victim, fixer. The inverted desire is the secret wish underneath. See me. Let me take up space. Let me be messy. Let me lead. Let me rest. That inversion is gold. What you condemn in them is often what you're starving to own. Let me show you exactly how to run triad. Step 1. Catch the trigger. Name it out loud or on paper. He interrupted me. Step 2. Name the role you slid into. I became the stoic saint. Step 3. Name the inverted desire. I want to interrupt back and claim space. You don't have to act on it yet. The act is to admit it. Admission dissolves the pressure that fuels projection. Now for the practice that makes this stick. 5-minute role reversal. Argue the opposite of your belief sincerely. If you're certain, I mustn't be needy, Switch sides for 5 minutes and argue why expressing need is responsible and adult. Do it out loud, standing, with a timer. This primes your nervous system to hold contradiction without collapse and gives your cortex fresh language for the integrated position. It's not about changing your mind, it's about adding range. Let's make it concrete with 2 common shadows. Superiority shadow. You pride yourself on being composed and rational. Trigger. Someone shows raw anger. Role. The enlightened adjudicator. Inverted desire. I want permission to be angry. Role reversal. For 5 minutes, make the case that anger is information, not a failure. Then, dose a micro rep. Name 1 irritation kindly today. Debrief. What surprised me? What did I avoid? What changed? Pattern memo. Keep. 1 honest irritation, 8-second exhale first. Vulnerability shadow. You're the helper who never asks. Trigger. Seeing others set boundaries. Role. The selfless giver. Inverted desire. I want to say no and be loved anyway. Role reversal. Argue why saying no increases trust. Micro rep. 1. No. I'm at capacity message with warmth. Debrief as usual. Rotate to a different arena if it spikes too hard. The thing most people miss. Integration is fluid, not a new identity. Don't make I'm shadowy and intense your next costume. Today you might need to own fierceness. Tomorrow you might need to own tenderness. Keep it operational. Edges, reps, reflections. The moment you crystallize a trait as who I am now, you'll calcify again. Now, safety and fieldcraft so you can stay online. Use the 90-second wave when a shadow trigger hits. Feel the surge where it lives. Label the emotion plainly. Anger, shame, envy. Lengthen the exhale. Widen your visual field. That sequence keeps learning channels open, so you can run TRIAD rather than default to old roles. Microdose intensity. If the topic is high stakes, practice on lower stakes first. Name irritation about logistics before values. Orienting helps. Glance around the room and name 3 colors. It tells your system, we're not in danger. Common mistakes here. Turning shadow into confession theater. Oversharing isn't integration, behavior change is. Keep reps small and actionable. Using analysis to avoid action. If you can name 10 archetypes but won't say 1 boundary, you're stuck in biography. Moralizing the shadow. These are capacities, not sins. Treat them like muscles. Weak from disuse, not proof of defect. Quick win this week. Name 1 admired trait you secretly disown. Assertiveness, playfulness, sensuality, ambition. Schedule 1 rep to practice it in low stakes. If you admire bold speakers, your rep is a 2-sentence pitch in a friendly meeting. If you admire playful people, your rep is 5 minutes of silly improvisation with a friend or by yourself. Debrief immediately. Tag the keep. Microstory for texture, a founder eye. Coach despised needy employees. In TRIAD, his inverted desire popped. He wanted care when he was overwhelmed. Role reversal cracked it open. He practiced 1 weekly ask. I need you to own this decision without me. Anger softened, team trust rose, and his body stopped bracing in meetings. Not because he became less demanding, but because he owned the part of him that needed support, so he didn't punish it in others. Redundancy keeps you honest. If a role reversal feels too heady, switch to body. Do a slow strength set to meet frustration somatically, then speak 1 line. If a truth rep backfires, move to environment. Write it, don't speak it. Send it earlier in the day. Change the room. Different routes, same objective. Contact without bypass. Checkpoint. By the end of this stage, you can catch the moment a trigger pulls you into a role, name the inverted desire, run a 5-minute reversal, and do 1 tiny behavior that honors the disowned trait. If that sequence is online, the shadow stops running you from the basement and starts fueling you from the core. Now your chaos reps have depth, not just grit. Nervous system skills, stay with the surge. Before we add any more chaos, you need fieldcraft, the skills that keep you online while the surge moves through. Why this matters is simple. Capacity beats clarity. Insight helps, but if your body flips into threat, learning shuts off and you default to old scripts. These skills let you stay in contact without suppressing what's happening. So exposure turns into wiring, not whiplash. The thing most people miss is you don't need to feel calm to be regulated. Regulated means you can sense, choose, and recover. You're not erasing activation, you're making room for it. Do that well, and your edges become training partners instead of enemies. Here's what we're building. Pendulation, microdosing intensity, orienting, and exhale-weighted breathing, stacked into a 90-second wave you can run anywhere. Each is simple alone. Together they flip your state from threat to challenge, so your cortex stays online. Pendulation first. This is the back and forth between a hot spot and a neutral spot in your body. Why it works? You're teaching your system that intensity has edges, and those edges include safety. What to do? Find where the surge lives, jaw, chest, gut. Feel it for 5 seconds. Then shift attention to a neutral or pleasant area. Feet on the floor, hands warmth, the chair's support, for 5 seconds. Alternate 3 to 5 rounds. You're not escaping, you're building range. Common mistake: camping in comfort and never returning. You need the swing. Microdosing intensity is next. Most people either brace or flood. We want titration, a sip of heat you can metabolize. Pick one variable to nudge: slightly slower exhale, slightly slower speech, slightly longer pause before replying. Do not pile on 5 techniques. That's control dressed as healing. One notch, felt clearly, teaches precision. After a win, increase 5 to 10%, not 50%. Orienting keeps you in the present. Under threat, attention collapses inward and narrow. Orienting widens it back out. Let your eyes move. Gently scan the room. Name 5 things you see, 3 sounds you hear, 1 texture you feel. Don't analyze, label. This tells your nervous system, we're here, not back there. Mistake to avoid: doing this in your head with eyes frozen. Let the head and eyes actually move. Now exhale-weighted breathing, the glue that holds it together. Longer exhales cue your parasympathetic system without making you drowsy. Try a 4-count inhale, 6, 8-count exhale. If counts feel fussy, use ratio. Make the out-breath about twice as long as the in-breath. Keep the breath easy in the belly. Avoid over-breathing in the chest. Common misstep: forcing huge breaths that spike dizziness. Gentle wins. Let's assemble the 90-second wave you'll use during any edge. Step 1, feel. Find the hot spot. Sensation: tight chest. Step 2, label. Name the core emotion plainly: fear, anger, shame. One word disarms storytelling. Step 3, exhale. 2 to 3 rounds of longer out-breaths. Let the shoulders drop on the exhale. Step 4, widen. Soften your gaze. Take in the periphery. Name 2 colors in the room. Step 5, pendulate. 5 seconds in the hot spot. 5 seconds in a neutral spot, 2 to 3 times. Step 6, proceed. Take the smallest next action, while keeping a light attention on the body. The reason this works: you're pairing arousal with agency. State-dependent plasticity means your brain updates when activation coexists with choice. You're not waiting to calm down before you act. You're acting from a steadier platform while activated. That pairing is the rewiring. Let me show you exactly how this looks in a conversation. Trigger hits, someone interrupts. Surge rises, heat in face, jaw tight. Run the wave silently, label anger. 2 slow exhales, soften gaze to see the whole person, not just their mouth. Pendulate jaw to feet twice. Then, 1 line. I want to finish that thought. That sentence delivered after regulation trains your system that truth plus heat is survivable. Debrief later to lock it in. For physical edges, cold finish, tempo lifts. The wave looks the same. Feel the urge to rush, label anxiety. Lengthen exhale on the slow lowering phase. Keep eyes soft on a stable point. Pendulate between burning muscle and the contact of feet. Then continue for 1 more clean rep, not 5. Precision, not punishment. Common mistakes to watch: bracing everywhere. Scan jaw, shoulders, belly, hands. Soften a little, not all at once. Micro-softening keeps tone without rigidity. Thought suppressing. Don't battle thoughts. Mark them as story and return to sensation. Fighting thoughts is more threat. Technique stacking. 1 breath, 1 orient, 1 pendulation is enough. If you need a spreadsheet, it's too much. Quick when you can install today. 3 times a day during mild stress. Email backlog. Line at the store. Run 5 exhale-weighted breaths and widen your gaze. Tag 1 sensation. That's it. You're teaching this sequence under low stakes, so it's available under load. Microstory. A lawyer client used to white-knuckle every hearing. We installed the wave at 2 cues: when their name was called and before closing remarks. Week 1, they felt underwater but not drowning. Week 3, their voice steadied, and they noticed the judge's micro-expressions, which changed their pacing. Same law, better nervous system. Results followed. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Feel first, name it plain, lengthen the out-breath. widen the world, then move 1 inch. Do that, and every chaos rep becomes a lesson your body can keep. The 4 arenas of chaos practice. Now we put redundancy to work by training across 4 arenas: body, mind, relationships, and environment. Multiple routes to the same objective means if one tactic fails, you pivot instead of stall. We'll keep stakes low to medium, dose complexity, and measure growth by capacity signals, not chaos volume. Body first. Think discomfort training with an emphasis on novelty over ego. The goal isn't crushing workouts. It's precise instability your system can metabolize. 3 reliable tools: temperature, tempo, and balance. Temperature. Finish showers 20 to 60 seconds colder than usual. It's controllable, reversible, and delivers a clear surge to train with the 90-second wave. Tempo. Pick 1 movement, squats, push-ups, rows, and slow the lowering phase to 4 seconds. Pause 2, rise with control. You'll meet shaky microfailures without panic. Balance. Single leg stands while slowly turning your head, or stand on a cushion while brushing your teeth. Subtle wobbles. Teach your body-mind to stabilize under mild unpredictability. Why this works? Your interoception sharpens. You feel micro-cues sooner, so regulation arrives earlier. Common mistake: chasing intensity. Max cold, max load, max duration. You'll fry nuance. Keep variables modest and progression incremental. 5 to 10% more difficulty after a clean win. Quick win. Do 1 slow eccentric set today, then 1 30-second cold finish. Debrief for 2 minutes. Log what surprised you. Mine next. We want cognitive chaos that's constructive. Free writing is the on-ramp. Set a 5-minute timer and write without stopping or editing. When you stall, write stuck until new words appear. You're practicing fluency under pressure. Idea sprints. 15 bad ideas for 1 problem in 5 minutes. Bad ideas lower inhibition. Good ones sneak through. Problem inversion. List how to guarantee failure, then invert each item into a prevention step. Stochastic reading. Open a non-fiction book at random and force 1 application from that paragraph to your current project. The thing most people miss is they use thinking to avoid feeling. This arena isn't a bypass, it's a workout in flexibility. Keep reps short, varied, and bounded. Don't build a research labyrinth. Quick win. 1 5-minute idea sprint on a small annoyance in your life. Then implement 1 low-risk idea today. Debrief the surprise, the avoidance, the change. Relationships. This arena pays the biggest life dividends. We're training contact over performance. 4 reps. Revealing truths kindly, boundary reps, repair conversations, and shared spontaneity. Revealing truths kindly means the smallest honest sentence with warmth. I felt rushed in that meeting. Boundary reps are structured. I can do A, not B. Or yes with X condition. Repair conversations follow a simple arc: impact, ownership, request. When X happened, I felt Y. I own that I did Z. Next time, can we try W? Shared spontaneity is co-created novelty. Invite a friend to choose a cafe while you pick the route. Trade roles mid-task. Ask 1 unexpected question at dinner. Now here's where most people mess up. They try to fix their entire relationship in 1 monologue, or they outsource regulation by demanding others change first. Keep stakes low-medium and volume small. 1 sentence, 1 request, 1 experiment. Install the 90-second wave before you speak. Quick win. Send 1 text that's 10% more truthful than your usual tone. Then turn your phone over for 3 minutes and breathe. Debrief immediately. Environment. Context shapes nervous systems. We'll alter routes, devices, spaces, and senses. Route randomness. Choose a different path for a daily routine. Walk the block counterclockwise, park farther away, sit in a new seat. Device Sabbaths. Pick a recurring window, 30 to 120 minutes daily, or a half-day weekly, where your phone goes in a drawer. Space reconfigurations. Rearrange 1 element of your workspace each week. Move the lamp, face a window, clear a surface. Sensory variety. Change 1 input. Ambient music genre you never pick. Warm a light bulb, a scent you associate with steadiness. Keep changes reversible and singular. If you redesign your whole office and go offline for a day, you won't know what helped. 1 variable at a time. Quick win. A 30-minute device Sabbath after work today with 1 question on a sticky note. What's interesting right now? Walk around your home and follow curiosity. Calibration ties the arenas together. Pick 1 arena per week. Run 1 micro rep daily and 1 meso rep twice. Rotate weekly to build redundancy. If relationships spike too hard, switch to body next week and keep a small relational micro rep alive. That way, you're never zeroing out any domain. You're just shifting emphasis. Metrics tell you it's working. Look for faster recovery, richer perception, and less control seeking. Faster recovery means the time from surge to steady shortens. Richer perception means you notice texture, voices, colors, micro-expressions you previously flattened. Less control seeking shows up as fewer backups, softer schedules, more willingness to start without perfect prep. Let me give you a sample week so this clicks. Week 1, body focus, daily, 30-second cold finish plus 90-second wave. Twice, 20 minutes device-free walk with 1 cue, name 10 colors. Debriefs, 2 minutes each. Week 2, relationships, daily, 1 smallest honest sentence in low stakes. Twice, 1 repair attempt using impact/ownership/request. Debriefs, 5 minutes same day. Week 3, mind, daily, 5-minute free write. Twice, idea sprint plus implement 1 tiny idea. Debriefs, 3 lines. Week 4, environment, daily, new seat or route. Twice, 90-minute device Sabbath. Debriefs, 1 keep memo per session. If you hit a wall, downshift, not quit. Shrink reps, reduce variables, switch arenas. Redundancy keeps momentum alive when life spikes. And when you feel that first unmistakable shift, quicker recovery, steadier voice, easier starts, bookmark it. That's capacity expanding under load. The hidden step, meaning making and Mythcraft. There's a reason some people train hard and still burn out, while others do less and grow more. Meaning. Chaos without meaning exhausts. Meaning turns the same stress into initiation. Your nervous system learns faster when experience fits a story you can carry. We're not inventing fairy tales. We're building a compact myth that makes your practice coherent and sticky. Why this matters? Your brain is a pattern-making machine. If you don't supply a pattern, it defaults to old ones. I'm failing. This is dangerous. I should be calmer by now. A simple myth reframes the surge as a right, not a red flag. The result? Less resistance, more staying power, and clearer decisions about what to attempt next. Here's the shortcut nobody teaches. Craft a personal myth arc that's portable, not grand. Think chapters, not epics. For beats are enough. Thresholds, trials, allies, gifts. Thresholds mark the edges you cross. Trials are your chosen reps. Allies are skills, people, or places. Gifts are the capacities you're earning. We'll wrap those into 1 tiny weekly ritual that cues your system. We're in training. This discomfort belongs. Let me show you exactly how. Once a week, title your current chapter in 5 words. Keep it punchy, like a movie slate. Speaking truth with a steady voice. Learning to start before ready. Owning anger, keeping warmth. Then write a 1-sentence moral from that week's chaos practice. Courage felt like a long exhale, or ambiguity got easier when I moved my feet. That's it. Chapter title plus moral. Read it aloud before your meso reps. You're priming the frame. Add a tiny anchor ritual at the edge. Pick 1 song, 1 token, or 1 phrase you'll use when the surge arrives. Song example. A 30-second instrumental you only play before reps. Token. A coin in your pocket you squeeze once to cue the 90-second wave. Phrase. This is training. The point isn't magic. It's state-dependent recall. Your anchor links edge with agency, so skills come online faster. Now, you might be thinking, isn't this cheesy? Only if you make it grand. Keep it playful and portable. We're not building a brand. We're building a nervous system cue. If it feels too big, shrink it. 1 word on a sticky note works. Forge. Breathe. Claim. Common mistakes to avoid. Grandeur. If your myth reads like a manifesto, you won't use it when you're shaky. 5 words and 1 sentence is the rule. Vagueness. Be better isn't a moral. Anchor it in a felt shift or a specific behavior you want more of. Identity glue. Your chapter evolves. Don't tattoo the stoic sage on your psyche. Next week's chapter might invite softness. Let's run an example. Threshold. Saying no without apology. Trials. 2 boundary reps, 1 cold finish. Allies. 90-second wave. A friend as accountability. A quiet park bench. Gifts. Steadier voice. Quicker recovery. Chapter title. No with a warm heart. Moral. Clarity felt kinder than appeasing. Anchor. Touch the coin, say warm and clear. exhale longer, then speak. Next week, new chapter, same myth skeleton. Microstory. A musician kept bailing on improvisation nights. We built her arc chapter, trusting the first note. Moral after week 1. Starting before ready tuned my ear. Anchor. A wristband she only wore on improv nights. By week 3, she didn't need the wristband, her body remembered. Not because of positive thinking, because the story labeled arousal as initiation, not threat. If you want to scale this, do a monthly ally audit. Which allies are working? Maybe your anchor song is stale, swap it. Maybe your ally is human, text a friend, edge at 4 p.m, send a check mark at 5. Meaning making includes relationship support. Also, pin your best 2 morals somewhere visible. They become guardrails when you're tired. Quick win right now. Name your current chapter in 5 words and pick 1 anchor. Phrase. Say them before your next rep. When the surge hits, squeeze the token or whisper the phrase and run the wave. Afterward, write your 1-sentence moral. That tiny loop multiplies everything you've done so far. Remember the point. We're not escaping reality. We're narrating it in a way that keeps you moving. Chaos gives you friction, meaning gives you direction. Put them together and growth compounds. Antifragile mindset, using failure as data. If chaos is the fuel, failure is your telemetry. It tells you precisely where capacity breaks, so you can reinforce the structure. Most people treat failure like a verdict. I'm not cut out for this. That shuts learning down. Antifragility flips the script. Stressors, when dosed, don't just get endured, they make you stronger. We want that stance baked into your protocol, so every wobble becomes guidance, not identity damage. Why this matters? Without a clear frame for failure, you'll overcorrect or quit. You'll either crank intensity to prove you're tough or retreat into love and light to protect your ego. Both waste the data. With an anti-fragile lens, you ask 1 question after any miss. What capacity broke? Breath? Pacing? Boundary delivery? Variable control? Answer that, and the next rep writes itself. Here's the structure. 3 moves, always in this order. Pre-mortem, post-mortem, next action. Pre-mortem happens before the rep. You scan for likely points of failure. If this goes sideways, it'll be because I rush, I hedge, or I pick too big a moment. You don't doom yourself, you forecast. That primes attention on the right variables. Post-mortem happens right after. Quick, concrete, non-moral. Rushed. Breath went high. Added a second variable. Next action is 1 micro-adjustment. Install 2 slow exhales before speaking. Change only 1 variable tomorrow. Let me show you exactly how. You're about to run a boundary rep with a colleague. Pre-mortem. Risk. I'll soften the language. I'll talk too long. Cue. 1 sentence. 8-second exhale first. You do it. It wobbles. The colleague pushes back, you ramble. Post-mortem. Capacity break. Brevity and breath. I lost the exhale and filled space. Next action. Tomorrow, boundary by text first for brevity. Practice exhale while typing. That's anti-fragile. Precise, non-shaming, iterative. Use the 2% rule to set difficulty. After a clean win, increase load by 2 to 10%, not 50. If you held a 30-second cold finish without panic, go to 36 to 45 seconds, not 2 minutes. If you delivered 1 honest sentence, try a second sentence next time, not a full re-evaluation of the relationship. This keeps nuance online, so your nervous system encodes success without flipping to threat. Common mistake, binary thinking. It worked, or it failed. Replace that with capacity language. Ask, what capacity broke? Breath, pacing, clarity, titration context. What variable was uncontrolled? Time of day, stakes, audience. What signal did I miss? First jaw clench, voice speed, eye narrowing. This turns a vague flop into a clear training plan. Let's install a failure ledger. 3 lines per miss. Event, broken capacity, next micro rep. Example, event, repair conversation derailed. Broken capacity, pacing, jump to justification. Next micro rep. Pause 2 breaths before replying. Practice saying, let me think, once. Keep the ledger visible. It dedramorphies misses and keeps momentum. Microstory. A manager tried the smallest honest sentence with their team and got eye rolls. Old script. Get defensive or abandon truth. Anti-fragile script. Ledger entry. Event. Feedback bond. Broken capacity. Audience fit. Timing. Next micro rep. Same sentence in 1:1. Morning. Not end of day. Q2 exhales. Within 2 weeks, resistance softened because delivery matched capacity and context. Reframes that help. Not "I'm bad at boundaries," but "I'm undertrained at timing and brevity." Not "I can't handle cold," but "I overdosed, lowering duration restores curiosity." Not "I overthink," but "I lose breath at the first spike, breath first, then think." Use safety rails so failure doesn't spiral. Keep stakes low-medium while learning a new capacity. Make every rep reversible. Run the 90-second wave before analyzing, so post-mortem doesn't become self-attack. Rotate arenas when one domain gets hot. Train the same capacity elsewhere. If pacing breaks in conversations, practice pacing in tempo lifts, then return. Now, how to build an anti-fragile week. Monday pre-mortem. Pick 2 reps. List 1 likely failure each. Name your cue. Daily, after any miss. Ledger entry in 60 seconds. Wednesday recalibration. Shrink or raise dose by 5 to 10% based on ledger patterns. Friday synthesis. Choose 1 broken capacity that showed up twice. Design a micro-rep to train it in the lowest stakes arena over the weekend. Examples of capacities and cross-training. Breath capacity. Train with exhale-weighted breathing during a slow set. Deploy before speaking. Timing capacity. Practice pausing 2 beats before hitting enter on emails. Deploy in conversations. Clarity capacity. Write a 2-sentence summary post-free write. Deploy for boundaries. Another micro-story. A student kept failing device Sabbaths. Ledger revealed 1 pattern. Attempts started when energy was lowest. Next micro-rep. Move Sabbath to mornings on weekends. Add an ally text checkmark. Success followed. Not because willpower improved, but because the broken capacity was mistimed energy, not weak character. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Failure is a compass, not a courtroom. Ask what broke, adjust the dose by a notch, and rerun within 24 hours if possible. That tight loop turns stumbles into scaffolding. Keep the ledger lean, run pre, and post-mortems fast, and you'll feel resilience get weirdly enjoyable. Because every miss becomes a map update you can use tomorrow. Your Chaos Protocol, a 28-day field guide. Let's turn everything into a 4-week op plan. Think end-to-end. Recon Controlled Exposure Debrief / Integration Redundancy, with shadow work and nervous system skills woven in. You'll keep stakes low-medium, doses precise, and feedback loops tight. By day 28, you'll have a single-page playbook you can run for the next quarter. Week 1. Recon plus 1 micro chaos rep daily. Objective. Map your comm addiction while installing the 90-second wave, so you can stay online. Daily rhythm, morning. Write 1-line forecast. Likely edge. Exit Y time. Run 1 micro rep, 1 to 5 minutes. Pick from body, mind, relationships, or environment, but only 1 arena this week. After the rep, do a 2-minute downshift and a 3-line debrief. Surprise, avoided, changed. Micro reps to choose. Body. 30-second cold finish or 1 slow eccentric set. Mind. 3-minute free write, no backspace. Relationships. Smallest honest sentence in low stakes. Environment. 15-minute device draw with the question, what's interesting right now? Friday checkpoint. Circle top 2 triggers, top 2 comm crutches, and the arena you felt safest in. That's your platform. Weekend. Run 1 meso rep, 20 to 40 minutes, in your chosen arena and debrief for 10 minutes. Week 2. Add 1 arena practice, keep 10% unpredictability, daily debriefs. Objective. Expand capacity through graded novelty, maintain integration. Choose 2 arenas total this week. Your week 1 arena plus 1 new one. Keep micro reps daily and add 2 meso reps. Daily rhythm. Morning. Pick a micro rep in arena A and a backup in arena B. 10% unpredictability rule. Make 1 unscripted choice per day. Debrief same day. 3 questions plus 1 keep memo. Example stack. Arena A. Body 40-second cold finish. Meso. 20-minute device-free walk naming colors. Arena B. Relationships 1 honest sentence daily. Meso. A repair conversation using impact/ownership/request. Midweek recalibration. If dread spikes, shrink dose by 20% or switch the meso to a lower stakes context. Keep the 90-second wave before any rep. Weekend, meaning ritual V1. Name your chapter in 5 words. Write a 1-sentence moral from the week's edges. Pick an anchor phrase for next week. Week 3. Shadow triad twice, 1 boundary rep. Amplify meaning ritual. Objective: bring shadow online without collapse and link reps to identity through Mythcraft. Daily rhythm: 1 micro rep in either body or environment to keep somatic steadiness online. 1 relational micro rep: smallest honest sentence or a 2-sentence boundary. Debrief both in under 10 minutes total. Twice this week, run the TRIAD sequence in the moment. Trigger roll, inverted desire, then a 5-minute roll reversal out loud. Follow with 1 tiny behavior honoring the disowned trait. 1 boundary rep: I can do A, not B, delivered with warmth, and 1 8-second exhale first. Meaning ritual upgrade. Chapter title in 5 words, update on Sunday. 1 sentence moral after your biggest rep each day. Anchor ritual before meso reps. Coin squeeze, phrase, or 30-second instrumental. Midweek: ally audit. What anchor or ally friend text, location, time of day actually helps? Swap anything stale. Weekend: 1 meso shadow practice. Choose a medium stakes topic. Install the 90-second wave. Debrief for 10 minutes. Capture 1 keep. Week 4: raise difficulty 5 to 10%. Start a failure ledger. Do 1 repair conversation. Objective: tighten feedback loops and pressure test your capacities without drama. Daily rhythm: micro rep with a 5 to 10% bump. Slightly colder, longer, clearer, or earlier in the day. Failure ledger entry after any miss. Event: broken capacity. Next micro rep. Debrief on wins and misses equally. Keep the loop neutral and brief. 2 meso reps this week. 1 should be relational. A repair conversation using impact/ownership/request. Pre-mortemate: likely breaks, 1 cue. Post-mortemate: capacity that broke, next adjustment. Redundancy drill: if 1 arena stalls, rotate immediately. Train the same capacity elsewhere. If pacing breaks in conversation, practice pacing with slow eccentrics or with email pauses. Safeguards are part of the plan. Sleep: set a hard stop time for screens. Protect 1 8-hour night before your longest meso. Nutrition: eat before relational reps. Low blood sugar narrows tolerance. Social support: 1 accountability partner. Send a checkmark after your meso, no details needed. Red flags: dread persistent brain fog or disrupted sleep for 3 days. Downshift dose, shorten reps, or pause relational work and train in body/environment for 72 hours. Friday synthesis: pull your logs and highlight 3 patterns. Quicker recovery, earlier signal detection, and 1 recurring broken capacity. Choose your top 2 keeps. 1 capacity to train next month, and the arena where you learn fastest. Deliverable: your single-page playbook. Sections: triggers and com crutches, top 3 each. Practices: 2 micro reps and 2 meso reps you'll keep. Skills: the 90-second wave steps in 6 words. Feel, label, exhale, widen, pendulate, proceed. Shadow: your TRIAD template and 1 role reversal prompt. Meaning: current chapter, anchor phrase, allies. Metrics: how you'll measure, recovery time, start latency, control seeking. Escalation plan: raise by 5 to 10% after 2 clean wins. Downshift if sleep or dread spikes. Run this playbook for 28 days, and you won't just feel calmer, you'll feel stronger under load. Keep the loop tight, doses small, meaning active, and failure framed as data. That's how capacity compounds. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. Let's bulletproof your run by naming the traps that stall progress and the fixes that keep you moving. CIA tie-in: this is mission drift prevention. Stay on objective, track capacity, and keep comms online. Mistake 1: tracking chaos volume instead of capacity. People add more hard things, assume more equals growth, and burn out. Fix: measure recovery time, start latency, and quality of contact. If your cold finish gets longer but your dread skyrockets and you avoid conversations, you're not growing, you're hiding in difficulty. Use a weekly capacity score. Recovery quicker? Start sooner? Contact clearer? If 2 of 3 improve, you're on track. Mistake 2: skipping debrief. You did the rep, felt brave, then rushed on. Without extraction, the nervous system files it as noise. Fix: the 10-minute rule. After any meso rep, and after 2 micro reps per day, sit down, downshift, answer the 3 questions, capture 1 keep. Set a recurring reminder. Debrief is non-negotiable because it tags plasticity. Mistake 3: going solo. When stress spikes, isolation feels noble but kills adherence. Every op has comms. Fix: 1 accountability partner. Not a therapist, not a savior, just a consistent witness. Send a checkmark after reps or a 3-word update. Rep done, keep equals X. If you miss 2 days, they ping you with downshift. That single nudge prevents weeks of drift. Mistake 4, over-engineering. 10 trackers, 5 arenas, color-coded calendars. Complexity becomes avoidance. Fix, 1 change per domain per week. Pick 1 arena focus, 1 micro, 1 meso, and 1 safety rail. If you can't say your plan in 15 seconds, it's too complex. Simplicity amplifies repetition. Repetition wires capacity. Mistake 5, purity politics. You'll want perfect streaks, perfect feelings, perfect calm. That rigidity is the old control strategy with a spiritual paint job. Fix, some is better than none. A 20-second rep done now beats a 20-minute ideal you skip. When you miss, run 1 micro within 24 hours. Momentum returns through motion, not apology. Mistake 6, confusing drama with chaos. Picking fights, quitting abruptly, stirring intensity to feel alive. That's self-sabotage, not training. Fix, choose complexity over catastrophe. Low-medium stakes, reversible reps, single variable changes. If a rep can blow up your month, it's not a rep, it's a screenplay. Mistake 7, analyzing instead of acting. You'll be tempted to map your childhood, decode archetypes, and never send the 2-sentence boundary. Fix, action-first bias. Run the 90-second wave, do the smallest behavior, then reflect. Insight follows action here, not the other way around. Mistake 8, using regulation to erase experience. Overbreathing, numbing, or meditating every surge away. That's bypass in a lab coat. Fix, contact, then regulation, then choice. Feel the thing, name it plain, lengthen the exhale, widen the field, and move 1 inch. Regulation supports presence, it doesn't replace it. Mistake 9, same arena forever. You get comfortable with body reps and never touch relationships. Growth stalls, life still hurts. Fix, redundancy rotation. Weekly arena shifts keep capacities generalizable. Keep 1 micro alive in the harder arena, so you don't lose the thread. Mistake 10, no escalation plan. You either crank too fast or never raise difficulty. Fix, 5 to 10% rule after 2 clean wins. Downshift when sleep, dread, or fog persist 3 days. Write escalation and downshift rules on your playbook, so decisions are pre-made. Mistake 11, treating failure like identity. I'm not built for boundaries. I can't handle cold. Fix, failure ledger and capacity language. Event, broken capacity, next micro-rep, done in 60 seconds. Rerun within 24 hours if possible. The tight loop turns misses into guidance. Mistake 12, trying to heal, others to avoid your edge. Coaching your partner, diagnosing your team, evangelizing this system. Fix, personal reps before public advice. If you haven't done today's smallest honest sentence, you don't have a sermon, you have procrastination. Quick win, pre-commit 2 non-negotiables for bad days. Example, 5 exhale-weighted breaths before the first email, and 1, some is better than none micro. 15-minute device draw, or 1 honest sentence to yourself in a voice note. Put them on a sticky note where your hand lands. In the morning, final checkpoint. When in doubt, ask 4 questions. Did I recon? Did I dose 1 edge? Did I debrief? Do I have a backup? If you can answer yes to 3, you're still on mission. Keep it small, keep it honest, keep it looping. Micro case studies and expected results. Let me ground this with quick cases you can model, not idolize. Case 1, anxiety to assertiveness. A product manager lived in safe mode. Excellent at prep, silent in meetings. Week 1, she logged her calm crutches. Over-meditating before calls and over-noting during them. Week 2, she paired a counter-rep. 90-second wave before speaking and 1 smallest honest sentence per meeting. Debrief after each. Surprise, avoid change. Surprise showed up fast. When she named, I'm unclear on the risk, others leaned in. Avoid was hedging with maybe. Change was shorter recovery after pushback. By week 3, she added a boundary rep. I can deliver by Friday, not be. Result, fewer panic spikes, steadier voice, and a reputation upgrade from quiet to clear. Not because anxiety vanished, but because arousal paired with agency rewired her response. Case 2, creative block to flow. A designer froze on open briefs, then binge-polished last minute. We ran cognitive chaos plus debrief. Daily free write and 5-minute ugly first drafts. 2 meso idea sprints weekly. Each rep ended with a pattern memo. Keep. Start with a bad version in 5 minutes. Integration did the heavy lifting. Her brain learned that starting while activated didn't kill quality. Output doubled in 4 weeks with less dread, and she began pitching early versions for feedback without spiraling. Case 3. Conflict avoidant to repair capable. A founder prided himself on harmony, which meant simmering resentments and sudden blow-ups. We kept stakes medium. 1 weekly repair conversation following impact, ownership, request. Pre-mortem, likely failure, speed and justification. Q. 2 slow exhales before any reply. He ran the 90-second wave, kept sentences short, and debriefed immediately. Week 1 felt clumsy, but recovery dropped from hours to minutes. By week 4, team debriefs included his pattern memos publicly, which normalized growth and cut the drama tax. Quicker recovery became contagious. Patterns you can expect when you follow the protocol. Tolerance widens. You'll start sooner after a surge and return to baseline faster. That's state flexibility, not numbness. Shame shrinks. Debrief reframes misses as broken capacities, so identity hits fade and iteration resumes. Decisions speed up. Meaning-making and pre-mortems reduce catastrophic forecasting, so you move with cleaner yes/no calls. What discomfort will rise? Brief spikes of agitation when you stop using calm to disappear. Expect a few wobbly reps, a couple of awkward sentences, and the impulse to overcorrect. Use the anti-fragile loop. Capacity language, 2 to 10% adjustments, rerun within 24 hours. Within 2 to 3 weeks, your baseline calm deepens, but it's not brittle. Call it flexible steadiness. Under load, you'll still feel alive, and that aliveness won't scare you. A note on expectations: this is dose-dependent. Micro reps daily and 2 meso reps weekly are what produce visible changes by week 4. If life spikes, downshift, shorten reps, reduce variables, rotate arenas, and protect debriefs. When in doubt, run the 90-second wave and do one smallest honest behavior. You'll feel competence build even on hard days. A final microstory on meaning. A client named her chapter, "No with a Warm Heart," anchored with the phrase warm and clear. Before each rep, she touched a coin and whispered it. That tiny ritual shaved decision time from minutes to seconds because her body recognized the state cue. Ritual didn't replace reps, it multiplied them. Your expected result isn't saintly calm. It's presence under pressure, authentic expression without collapse, and a nervous system that learns from chaos instead of hiding from it. When that clicks, love and light stops being a mask and becomes a choice you can make after you've told the truth. Key takeaway: chasing calm stalls growth, dosing chaos, integrating it, and giving it meaning rewires you into flexible steadiness under real-life stress. Build your 28-day chaos protocol now. Then watch the Advanced Shadow episode next to deepen the TRIAD work, and subscribe to UNPLUG Psychology so you've got a coach in your ear when safe mode tries to pull you back.